Hello again, Off-Season Will here. Welcome back to the 2019 NHL Draft recaps here at Scouching. Today we're going to be looking at the Philadelphia Flyers, and my goodness, what a draft the Flyers had this year. Leading the way, they traded down from the 11th slot to take Cam York at 14. I love this pick. Some people were pooping all over it when names like Cole Caulfield were still on the board and Peyton Krebs, but I really like the Cam York pick for Philadelphia. I think it's a great fit. York is an aggressive offensive defenseman who has a great set of feet and he can skate really well with great vision in the offensive zone. But he's also entering a team that has a tremendous variability in the quality of defensemen that they have. Ivan Provorov and Shane Gostisbehere and Travis Sanheim all fit various niches of defensemen in the NHL, and I think that's going to be an interesting environment for him to learn in. He's got really good gap control, he can break up transitions coming back his own way. He will need to get stronger on his feet and will need to get stronger in his own end, especially when pucks are being cycled around in the defensive end. But when things are going his way, he's certainly one of the more awesome offensive defensemen available in this entire draft, and this could be a great pickup for Philadelphia. And then at 34, the Philadelphia Flyers got the player that I think could be the steal of the draft. Bobby Brink going to Philadelphia is the greatest thing that could have happened to me. I love Bobby Brink, and getting him at 34 is laughably awesome. He just needs to be stapled to a skating coach for the next few years, and I think there could be a tremendous hockey player here. A year ago, he was on nobody's radar, and look at where we've come today. He was well over 50% involvement on a team that desperately needed him to generate goals. He's a lethal goal scorer, a lethal playmaker, and once his top speed can come a ways and his puck control at that speed can catch up, he's got great skill in tight, he's got a great explosive first few steps on his feet, and I think there's going to be a really interesting player here for Philadelphia, and he is one of the more exciting picks that I saw go by in this year's draft. Then at 72, I was hoping the Philadelphia Flyers would have a chance to take Zach Jones to continue this trend of Scouching report subjects, but he went off the board just prior to this pick to go to the New York Rangers. But they did go and get his defense partner in Ronnie Attard. Now, I think Ronnie Attard's year had a lot to do with Zach Jones, but at the same time, he's a pretty solid, powerful offensive skater who shoots the puck like an absolute cannon. He's a double overager, so I would expect his trajectory to be a bit shorter than most other draft picks in this range, but he is certainly not just a big, tough defenseman who racks up penalty minutes anymore. He's got a good skating stride, really powerful, he can protect a puck really well using his big body and a lot of strength that he has, and when he shoots the puck, that puck gets in the back of the net more often than most defensemen. His shooting percentage was over 20%, and he was setting records for offense for defensemen in the USHL. Now, you might be expecting something like that out of such a big, strong defenseman at his age, but it was really notable to watch him play in the games that I caught him. He will need to work on passing decisions and breaking pucks out of his own end, but there are assets to Attard's game that I really like. At 103, Mason Millman is a pick that I probably wouldn't have made, but it's not a bad pick by any stretch. His two-way game is pretty solid, his offensive game is fine, but it's the fourth, so take your swing. He just didn't really blow me away on paper, and of all of the picks the Philadelphia Flyers made, I think he's my least favorite. After taking a much-needed break for a couple of rounds, the Flyers went out and got Igor Serdyuk from the Victoriaville Tigre. I thought he was one of the most underrated prospects in this entire draft. His analytical case is extremely promising, and I went into watching him play games expecting to be underwhelmed and more impressed with Mikhail Abramov, but I always found Serdyuk to just get the job done. He can get to the net, he can make a play, he can shoot the puck, he skates pretty well. He's a powerful skater, and I'm really interested to see where his career goes from here. I really like this pick for Philadelphia. The Flyers then went and took a goaltender named Rowdy, and I really don't know much about Rowdy except for the fact that it might be the best name taken in this entire draft. And he's a goalie, so we'll see. He's got nice size and he stops pucks, so time will tell. And then with the final pick in the draft, the Philadelphia Flyers took high schooler Bryce Brodzinski. Now, he was draft eligible last year and made my list of undrafted players to watch, and he continued to dominate Minnesota hockey, winning Mr. Hockey at the end of the day. Now, last season he was a player that I perfectly thought deserved a shot. Some people were making fun of the Flyers for taking an overage player out of high school, but even when he played in the USHL, he showed up really well on a team that struggled to score goals. He's a big, powerful skater who has a great shot on him. I'm not sure of NHL upside with him, but he certainly has an interesting analytical case behind him, and I think his time at the University of Minnesota will be very interesting to watch for the Philadelphia Flyers and their fans. So if you've you've watched Scouching reports before, we're taking the same rating system we use in those and porting them over to this video series. The number's going to indicate the overall level of potential that I see in the crop of players the team drafted, and the letter indicates the overall likelihood of that crop becoming really what that potential could be. With the Philadelphia Flyers, I think they had one of the best drafts in the entire league. I'm pretty comfortable giving them a 1B. I think Cam York is a potential knockout pick. I'd be very surprised if Bobby Brink wasn't at least an NHL contributor, if not even more than that. Ronnie Attard is an interesting case study. Igor Serdiak and Bryce Brodzinski certainly have a really good analytical case behind them, and I'm really interested to see just how many NHL contributors they get out of this draft, because I feel like there could be a few. So that's it for the Philadelphia Flyers. Our next subjects will be the Washington Capitals. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, you could click all the buttons you see below me so you never miss another one. If you really liked it, you could support us on Patreon, where you get access to merchandise discounts and spreadsheets for drafted and undrafted prospects, as well as other goodies. Or you could pick up some merchandise at the Scouchwear shop. All the links are in the description. So thank you very much for watching this one, and we'll catch you in the video profiling the Washington Capitals.